All the while I am escaping with E.T.
G'day and welcome to the show. Well, I'm up in the Northern Territory, the home of the big barramundi. Oh, and I'm fishing with my mate Chris, and I can tell you this, wow, it's all happening here. We're at the mouth of a big creek. Bait fish are pouring out, and there's lots of action on the show. Yep, he's hooked up. Woohoo! There's also Flathead from a kayak.
Here we go. Not a bad flathead.
Haha, we're on.
A tangle with sharks.
Is this some colour? You got some colour, silver? Yeah. Oh, it's a shark.
Ended up with a big shark.
And a blast of big barra action, top and tail.
One each.
A new day on the Northern Territory's Wildman River, halfway between Darwin and Kakadu. We're out early on the Quintrex 520 top ender, and we've still got this great barra hunting ground pretty much to ourselves. So Chris Errity and I are keen to get our lures wet as early as we can.
Oh, yep.
And they don't take long to work.
Beautiful, mate. That's how it should be, hey? Early morning.
Good fun, isn't it? Maybe just tie up on that one, E.T. Oh, look at him. The old dog walker.
That is a good capture, mate.
Good fun on the surface. Little salty. Oh, go back to where they were all hitting back there, E.T.
The barra seem to be loving our surface lures this morning.
Oh, good work.
And we're loving the energy of their attacks.
Yeah, they're loving it. They're loving the dog walkers, mate. Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's better.
Better fish. Oh, he's just engulfed that. It's down, straight down. Bit of a jumper, this one. Bleeding. Right in his gills, that's right.
As well as casting, we also try a bit of trolling. With the occasional reminder that we're not the only barra predators around here. The wildlife sideshow is almost enough to take your mind off fishing. Almost.
Oh, jeez, that's a good fish. Oh, one just behind me. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Great fun though, isn't it?
Yeah, this way. Ah, it's nice to get your first fish of the morning. Quite an unusual lure. This is a sabile. They walk back and forth like this, and that resembles the pop-eyed mullet that are cruising up here in big numbers, and they sit right up on the surface. And it's just about exactly how they move. It's just enough to get the barra fired up. It's only a little tacker. Wow. Oh, we got him. Beautiful. Oh, good stuff.
Give themselves away, don't they, E.T., on the surface, feed.
There, buddy. He's a little bigger.
Yeah, quite easily happen. See what happens. Yeah. Lovely silver fish. Beautiful, healthy silverfish. They're loving that current line, aren't they?
Oh, how good is that? Oh, just got him underneath. I'll hang on board real quick. I'm an angry barramundi. Well, what we've got here is basically the floodplain. You can see the land all just peeling off into the distance. And what happens through that wet time, the wet season, the monsoon time of the year, all the rains come down and they basically flood all this section up here, and all the billabongs that are further back, well, they're able to flush and get all those little bait fish and all the tiny crabs and crustaceans all flowing back out.
The boys have launched our mothership tender to give us a little competition. And they're soon up to speed.
big ones.
And then another visitor drops by.
Oh man. Look. Look.
Big rock.
Whoa. Get away.
Above us as well as below, this amazingly rich wilderness constantly reminds us that we're slotting into a rich and complex food chain.
Barramundi, I reckon. Yep. Yeah. On the turn.
Well done. Ooh, nice.
A little barra.
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nailing some good fish here. What a big fish these, eh?
It's a nice fish, mate.
80 plus at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a good 80.
Over there. Oh, he's a good fish. Yeah. Nice fish. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a nice fish.
Yeah.
What?
Smash it. They go on this current, don't they?
Yeah, mate.
Fish, mate. Well done. Ooh. Well done, mate. Nice, biggest fish today by a long way.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And on that note, we decide it's time to stretch out and relax on the top-end spacious deck as our E-Tech powers us easily back along the river. There's a cool drink beckoning aboard our mothership and work to be done to earn it. Because some of today's catch didn't go back into the water. They're the perfect size for a great feed of barra tonight. And we're going to enjoy it in air-conditioned luxury right in the middle of the Wildman wilderness. My new Quintrex 690 Trident hardtop is beautifully set up for the fishing and for the navigation that's essential to get out to the fishing. One of the most important things to have on your boat is fantastic marine electronics. They can't let you down. It's vital to have the best stuff, and I'm going with Garmin. And have a look at these two brilliant units here. I've got the sounder up the top, and I've got another big mapping sounder or GPS unit down the bottom. Over on the left-hand side at the moment, I'm following one of the trails we came out earlier on the lower tide, so I know exactly where to go. I can follow that track. I'm actually creating a new track as well. On the other side, we've got a beautiful map here that actually pinpoints all the red and green channel markers all the way through the system. So it means I already know exactly what's coming up and where I should be positioned. And that is a vital piece of information you need to know whenever you're doing any sort of boating. Well, it's great to have amazing electronics like these Garmin units, but without power, you've got nothing. Well, these are the Marine Pro Century batteries. They are fantastic, built for Aussie conditions and also built for boats. And that's really important because there's marine batteries and there's vehicle or car batteries. So it's always important to have the marine batteries, and Century batteries is the way to go. I've cruised up the Jumpinpin in Queensland's Moreton Bay, and I've positioned the boat in the perfect spot along the ocean entrance on the hunt for big Mulloway. With me is young Lachlan from my South Stradbroke Island base at Tipplers. All the signs are looking good for a big session, and with live bait in the tank, we're ready for action.
Oh, there we go. There you go. Get into it, son.
That's what we want to see. Nice and steady. We're in a little bit tight just before. We've come out, we're just still sitting in the eddy. It's a change of tide, best time of the day.
Oh, you're on again, you're on again over there.
Too. Double hooker. Righto, wow, we're on. My Stella's just trucking away here. This is good fun. Keep him coming. It's just humming away, not quite sure what it is. We're fishing in about 14 metres of water. And he's just tracking it away. I'm going to have to slow him up. Ooh. All the way around, pick the bend in the rod. That's good. Yeah. Look at this beautiful little Shimano. These rods have just been fantastic. He's right up high, this fish. I'm going to try to keep the pressure on him. Working. How good is this?
He's going straight down. I see some colour.
You got some colour, silver?
Yeah.
Got to get some little pumps on him.
Oh, I can see him. Oh, it's a shark.
That's a shark, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got one here too, I reckon. Hoping for a big Mulloway. Ended up with a big shark. Good work. Boom. We got rid of him. There he is. He looks all right, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's what they're supposed to look like, but we do not want to catch them.
Yeah, nah.
Good on you, champ.
That's a shame.
It is. It's not what we were after, eh? We're after a big Mulloway, and unfortunately, a big shark. Big shark, or two big sharks.
Two big sharks.
Well, I've picked my spot. Looks pretty nice little camp area up the back there, and a little stretch of beach here. I've got to be careful. I'll put the anchor in out wide, and I'll work my way back. Now you can see that the water's been a little bit further up there. So high tide was maybe a couple of hours ago, and it's dropping quite fast. If I could anchor the boat right here, I'd have probably a metre of water under the boat. So I certainly don't want the boat to be in this section here, although I do want to get off on shore and in not too deep a water.
First step is to set the bow anchor.
Now, we can either anchor her here, or we can tie her up to a tree. And that's probably what I'm going to do, is just tie her up to the tree up here. It's not going anywhere, and either will be the boat. Okay, got to keep an eye on the boat. Obviously the tide's going to go out, so I've got to make sure there's enough slack in the line so that it won't break the rope. So there we go, a little bit of slack, that'll give you a few metres. Wrap around the tree. Certainly don't want to hurt the tree. And we'll just do a series of very basic knots so I can get them undone again. So the boat's sitting perfectly in about a metre and a half of water, so when the tide drops away, there'll be no worries about the boat actually being high and dry on the sand. And there you have it, another great boating tip thanks to Nautilus Marine. Well, nice and early in the morning, time to go out and get some live baits. I'm catching up with Nat. Hopefully she's stable enough in this oasis that we can get a few casts around and get some nice big mullet. We're going to head up to Jumpinpin, up to the pin, and see if we can catch a Mulloway. You never know what you might hook up there, and we're going to do it on this beautiful Hobie Mirage oasis. And it's a two-person, so Nat'll be up the front. I'm going to be down the back. Fling Nat's up and we can go. Hi Nat, ready to catch some fish? Yeah. Righto, let's load her up.
First priority is to get ourselves some live bait, and the Hobie is a superbly stable casting platform. It makes my job easy as Nat manoeuvres the kayak with Hobie's pedal power Mirage drive system. Bait tank loaded, we pedal to the pin in no time flat. Pedaling, not paddling, with the Mirage drive gives both Nat and me complete hands-free flexibility to concentrate on fishing.
So with a couple little Shimano rods, very short. They can be used for jigging sticks, but when I'm on a kayak, I like to use very small rods. It makes it nice and easy and far better to handle. And we've got a couple of 6,000 size reels loaded with 50-pound braid, hoping for that big fish. And this one's a Stella. And we've got a Sustain up the front and two quality Shimano reels. So 50-pound braid, we've got a 50-pound leader on, a couple of lovely Gamakatsu hooks, and a couple of very big mullets.
And those mullet attract attention pretty fast.
Hooked up to something. Oh, I'll get some colour. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, there we go. Not a bad flathead. You know, we don't keep the big flathead. We always let them go because they're the breeders. And this one actually feels like she's pretty full. And about this size, this is about the size when they start to have all the bubs. And these are the ones we definitely want to put back into the water. Well, we've had an absolute ball out here on the Hobie Mirage Oasis. Have a look at this, two-seater, absolutely perfect. And the Mirage drive, well, can't speak highly enough about it. Beautiful flathead to end the day. What a cracker.
Chris Errity and I have plenty of room plus some to spare aboard the Quintrex 520 top ender. We're heading out for our last day on the Wildman River, roughly halfway between Darwin and Kakadu. We're fishing the top end's legendary runoff, and there's plenty of wildlife to catch our attention.
There's a mullet right there.
Including the hatch we're matching with our lures.
Very good chin. Looks like a carbon copy. Yellow tail on him. Fish, aren't they?
Oh,
That's good. Isn't it?
you got him?
Yep. Barra. Oh, might be. Oh, look at him, mate. Big scores and huge score there. Oh, yeah, they're better fish now. Beautiful silverfish. They're solid, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a good fish.
Lovely barra. Lovely looking fish, aren't they? Too?
Beautiful.
It's a big fish, mate. No.
Well done, that's the spot.
Yeah, big barra. Oh, yeah. It's got some line out there. Big girl. That's good, mate. Definitely. A bit, need to. Coming around there. Oh, yeah. Looks round that metre mark. Maybe not. Or maybe not. I know.
Oh, mate, that's a nice fish.
Oh, yeah. And metre.
Well done.
Woo!
Beat a 10. Nice fish,
One each.
brother.
One each, bud.
But is it really 110 centimetres?
Yep. Not even. Yeah,
Still
97.
97.
Still 97.
It's a great fish, mate.
I'm pretty happy though. Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Put my tip in there.
Oh, Walker. He's only a little bloke, but come back here, boy. Just like that.
Yeah.
Oh. Perfect. There you go. No worries. Good to get them on the surface like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a big fish, mate.
Yeah, it is a big fish.
Oh!
Nice fish.
Oh, geez, it's a big fish on the.
He's a metre, mate, just about.
Yep. Oh, geez, it's a good fish.
Oh, yeah, this is what I've been after, mate. I've been after one of these ones
Yeah.
on the surface. Oh,
Watch that leader too, eh?
yeah, here she
This
comes.
side? Yeah. Sometimes it's worth waiting for, isn't it, mate?
It's going to come this side, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just the way the current's pushing the fish. Yeah, it's a nice fish. Might hit 90.
Oh, it's a bloody very nice fish, no matter how you look at it, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's my biggest on the surface.
You mate, that's a lovely fish.
Yeah,
And you,
she is a. She's
you
probably
get the camera on that lure too, eh?
You see that that lure straight down the mouth. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. 92.
92. You're beautiful.
That's the one. Oh, that looks good in the sun, you see.
A barra that big needs top tackle. I recommend a Cronarch or Corrado 200 reel on a Shimano T-Curve bait cast 6 to 10 kilo rod.
Bloody very nice.
And I'd only trust Power Pro braid or Finn's line at 30 pound and a Shimano Osiera Sari or Schneider trace at least 50 pound. Lures that dive to different depths are essential, and you'll do well with Barra Classics, Gold Bombers and Barra baits.
Well, what a great couple of days up here in Darwin, fishing these beautiful big river systems. And look at this. Great way to end the show. Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to escaping with you summer on the water next week. See you then.
Yes!